Welcome to another BSc session. Today we are going to discuss a problem named Ash and his redemption. Let's move to the description part. Ash is a famous player in Pokemon universe. He has been trying to defeat his strongest rival Gary, but he has not been successful yet. Okay, so he has played with Gary so much that he now knows everything about Gary and his Pokemon and feels that he is ready for one more fight. So both players have n Pokemon and n rounds are going to be played where one Pokemon from each team fight with each other. Okay. So each Pokemon have their health points known as HP. Okay. And Gary is a champion, so he gets an advantage. Ash wins a round when Ash's Pokemon has a strictly greater health point than Gary's. Else he loses that round. Okay, and Ash wins the match if he wins all the rounds. Okay, not just a majority of round, but all the round. He need to win all the rounds in order to win the whole match. Okay, so since he knows everything about his rival, so he knows the order of Gary's Pokemon and their initial health points. Okay, now question is, can Ash order his Pokemon in order to win the match? That's we need to answer. Okay, and if he wins, then print Ash finally wins. Otherwise, if he loses the match, then print train hard again. Okay. So let's move to the given. Ash and Harry, they both have N Pokemons. Okay. For N rounds. Okay. And health points, HP of all the Pokemons are given. I mean, Ash knows everything because he knows Harry's Pokemon's health points and as well as his own Pokemon's health points. Okay. And Ash's Pokemon wins against Harry's Pokemon if and only if health point of Ash's Pokemon is strictly greater than health point of Harry's Pokemons. Okay. So Ash wins the match if he wins all the end rounds. Okay. Now question is, can Ash order his Pokemons in such a way that he can win the match? So let's move to the approach part. The only way to win is that for each round, Ash should put his Pokemon who have higher health point than Harry's. Okay. But how to compare the order? I mean, how to know which order would be best? We can't go random, na? That compare each and every Pokemon, and so that will be not good idea. Okay. So the best way to do this comparison is sort health point of Ash's Pokemons and sort the health points of Harry's Pokemon, and then compare the Pokemon's uh, health point for the respective rounds. Okay, the Pokemon's health points for respective rounds. We'll show you how. Some sample input. Let's see what is there. It is saying first and contains the number of test cases, which is 2. Next and contains the number of round. Okay, integer n is nothing but the number of rounds or the number of Pokemons they are going to use. Okay, one for each round, so 3. Then this is Ash's Pokemon's health points. This is Harry's Pokemon's health points. Okay, so let's write these. N equals to 3. Ash's Pokemon's health point. AHP I have written. For that, we are putting those things in the array. 12, 3, and 4 are given. Similarly, Harry's Pokemon's health points HHP. Okay, so 5, 4, and 1 is given. Now, simple comparison will be comparing the smallest of AHP with the smallest of HHP. Means Ash's Pokemon's health point with smallest of Harry's Pokemon's health point and move on in that direction only. How? To do that, first sort both AHP and HHP. Let's see. See here now. When we have sorted, okay, so the health points of Ash's Pokemons and health points of Harry's Pokemons are in the increasing order. That way, if we compare them for their respective rounds, okay, like this, and this, then for the very first round, we are comparing the smallest Pokemon with the smallest health point. Okay, I mean Ash's Pokemon with smallest health point is compared with Harry's Pokemon with smallest health point. Okay, then after the comparison, we'll move to next round. I mean, if passed, okay, if won, then second smallest. Ash's Pokemon with second smallest health point and Harry's Pokemon with second smallest health point. Then we are comparing. So this is a good way, right? This is nothing random, and we are assured that we are not going to get any minimum if we are here, because we have already compared, and if we are here we know that we are not going to get any minimum. Okay, and we also know that in both sound both the minimums are being played. Okay, that's why. So now that we have sorted health points for both, let's compare. Condition to keep in mind: Ash needs to win all the rounds to win the match. Okay, so sorted things are here. Round number one wins. Let's compare these. Okay, so is 3 greater than 1? Because Ash's Pokemon's health point should be greater than, or can say strictly greater than, Harry's Pokemon's health point. So yes, it is. Therefore, we have won this round. Okay, so if we won this round, then where do we move? We'll move to next round, which is round number 2. So round number 2. Okay, and what is the health point? 4. Is the 4 greater than 4? Because both the Pokemon have health point to 4 4. So 4 is equal to 4 but not greater than, therefore no. And if it is no, means we have lost this round. And if any round is lost, what does that mean? Ultimate loss. Or can say lost the match. Okay, because that's the only condition to win the match is win all the rounds. Okay, not just one or two or majority, all the rounds. That's what is necessary. So I think you have got pretty much idea about how the comparison is going to happen. If this round was won, then we would have moved to this, and because 12 is greater than 5, so we would have won this round also. So ultimately, we would have won the match. But that's not the condition here, because we lost this round, round number 2. Okay, so this is the whole idea of this of the solution for this problem. Okay, let's move to the pseudocode part. Step number 1: first sort both AHP and HHP. I am using the abbreviation. I've already told you what are these. Okay, so sorted, it will look like this and this. Then compare the health points of both Pokemons for the respective rounds. That is, so we have we are using a single for loop. Okay, and we already know, and n is equal to number of rounds also. Okay, so now when we are comparing for each Pokemon, okay, what is the condition? Should be strictly greater than, means if Ash's Pokemon's health point for I round is less than equals to Harry's Pokemon's health point for the same I round, then we will print train hard again and return. I mean, we'll not to compare again further. Okay, no comparison further. That's why we are returning after printing. Why? Because even losing a single round leads to the loss of whole match. Okay, that's why. And if this whole for loop completes anyhow, okay, and terminates at this point, means none of the health points of Ash's Pokemon were less than or equal to health point of Harry's Pokemons. Okay, so that means we have won the whole match. Okay, every round and whole match. So that's how we'll print what Ash finally wins and will return. This whole process will be over. Okay, so that's all for this session. I hope you understood it well. So let's meet in another session. Thank you.